In 1996, you could buy a Ford F-150 with an inline-six and a manual transmission for roughly $14,000. You bought it, you owned it, and if the water pump failed, you grabbed a socket set and replaced it in your driveway. Today, that same purchase involves signing away $65,000 for a machine that looks like a spaceship and operates like a locked smartphone. You are purchasing a highly complex digital ecosystem wrapped in sheet metal. Try to fix it yourself, and the truck will actively fight you. Say you swap out a failing throttle position sensor. You buy the $28 part, plug it in, and turn the key. The engine management system instantly detects an uncalibrated component and throws the truck into a protective limp mode, intentionally cutting your engine power. Your $28 driveway repair is over. You now have to limp to a dealership, sit in a waiting room for 2 hours, and pay $160 in mandatory labor. All so a certified technician can plug in a laptop and press a single button to tell your truck's computer to accept the sensor you already installed. This is the modern American reality. The auto industry has spent 2 decades quietly engineering your independence out of their products, replacing the shade tree mechanic with a highly profitable captive dealership monopoly. The blockade starts before you even reach the computer. Pop the hood of a modern crossover and you will find an engine bay buried under plastic cosmetic covers. Wiring harnesses are routed to block spark plugs, oil filters sit directly above hot exhaust manifolds, serpentine belt tensioners demand specialty tools with proprietary head angles. Engineers call this a packaging solution to maximize interior cabin space, but the engineering choices go far past cramped spaces. Look inside the General Motors small block V8 engines built over the last decade. To chase highway fuel economy numbers, GM installed Active Fuel Management, a mechanical system designed to shut down half the cylinders while you cruise. The system relies on special lightweight lifters that rapidly switch between active and deactivated states. They cannot handle the severe temperature expansions of the block. Eventually, they collapse under pressure. When a lifter fails, it bends the pushrod and shatters the camshaft. Your fuel-saving feature just caused an $8,000 catastrophic engine failure. According to an ongoing class action lawsuit, when owners dragged these trucks into the dealer under warranty, GM instructed technicians to replace the shattered lifters with the exact same defective parts. They knew the hardware would destroy itself again, preferably after the warranty expired. Then there is the vehicle body. In 2015, Ford swapped the F-150's steel body panels for aluminum, shaving 700 pounds off the truck to meet federal regulations. If you dent that aluminum, your local body shop cannot just hammer it out. Standard steel tools leave behind iron particles that cause galvanic corrosion, eating the aluminum from the inside out. Shops have to invest up to $150,000 to build entirely separate, dedicated non-ferrous workspaces with specialized dust extraction systems. A basic rear impact collision now costs 45% more to repair. These are not oversights. Creating a truck that requires $150,000 in dedicated shop equipment to hammer out a dent, or complex internal systems prone to total failure, ensures the independent mechanic cannot afford to touch it. If you manage to get past the physical hardware, you hit the digital wall. Since 1996, the standard OBD2 port under your dashboard allowed you to plug in a $30 scanner, read a fault code, and fix your own vehicle. Today, the port is still there, but the data is gone. Manufacturers have moved the critical functions, injector timings, module resets, and live sensor calibrations, behind a proprietary software layer. To get bidirectional commands, independent shops must pay up to $3,500 a year per brand for access. If a garage services Ford, GM, and Ram, they are paying 5 figures annually just to read the diagnostic codes. The math does not work for small businesses. Survey data shows 51% of independent repair shops are now forced to send up to 5 vehicles a month straight to the dealership. They simply cannot afford the software required to fix the car sitting in their bay, bypassing local mechanics entirely. And the final boss of this digital maze is cryptographic parts pairing. You buy the car, but the central computer actively rejects the parts you put inside it. If you shatter the headlight on a modern BMW, you can buy an identical, perfectly functional third-party replacement for a fraction of the cost. But when you install it, the car reads the unapproved digital signature. The light will illuminate, but the computer remotely disables the adaptive swivel feature because you bought the part outside the dealer network. Automakers claim this protects vehicle security. It doesn't. It protects margin. They chip their auto parts exactly like a printer company chips ink cartridges. To enforce these digital walls, the manufacturers are watching you. Every major automaker now embeds a live cellular modem into their vehicles. Your truck is constantly uploading your location, braking habits, and maintenance status directly to corporate servers. They weaponize this telematics data. The exact second you unplug a transmission module in your own garage, your truck reports the unauthorized maintenance event to the manufacturer. GM and Ford can use that specific digital log to immediately flag and void your powertrain warranty. Even if you accept the voided warranty, you might not be able to find the part. Under dealer-exclusive supply windows, automakers legally restrict critical electronic components from entering stores like AutoZone or Napa for the first 8 to 12 years of a vehicle's life. Combine the software lockouts, the active surveillance, and the artificial supply shortages, and the trap snaps shut. You have no option left but to drive into their service lane and pay their $200 an hour labor rate. Today, the average pickup truck costs $66,000. You are paying massive, interest-heavy premiums for a luxury tablet that functions worse as a work vehicle than the trucks built 3 decades ago, and you are legally and practically barred from maintaining it. The solution is to stop playing their game. The smart money is actively targeting a golden window of vehicles built between 1996 and 2008. Engines like the Toyota 1GR FE V6 or the GM LS Series V8 give you the reliability of electronic management without the encrypted software gates. A $60 scanner clears the codes. The parts exclusivity windows have long expired, and the aftermarket supply chains are deep and cheap. There is intense bipartisan public support for federal right-to-repair legislation that would force manufacturers to share their diagnostic data. But heavy industry lobbying keeps those bills stalled in committee. Until the law forces them to open the hood, your only defense is where you spend your money. Buy older, simpler machines. Maintain them yourself. The most powerful tool against a corporate monopoly is still your own 2 hands.